6, 7 more fights, and I'm naming names. One of the guys, obviously, you and Shakur got into it on Twitter. You was like, you wanted them 6 or 7.
Yeah, he's definitely one of them.
For sure?
Yeah, he's definitely one of them.
Do you think that's going to be your hardest fight?
Hell no.
Nah?
Wow.
Because he a good boxer. Like, that's when I look at y'all two as the best in the division.
How? Show me something that he did spectacular. Show me something that he did outrageous. Show me.
Right.
His power not outrageous.
Okay.
What defense?
You think he got defense?
He just jumped back. You never see him slip no punch. You never see him slip no punch. Go look at it. You see him back up from a lot of people. Back up, move around, move around. He don't got no technique. And his offense is the same thing. Go look at his fights.
So
I probably put him on game by the time.
Hold on, but you feel like it's easy work though. You like,
come on, bro.
Gervonta Davis called out Shakur Stevenson during a live interview, and the tension between the two fighters was immediately impossible to ignore.
There been any talks with Tank's team?
They reached out, but we told them to come back with an offer. And as far as that, we ain't hear nothing since then. Me and him fighting each other. We'll seal the deal on the kings of that division, the kings of this era, the kings of everything. So, like I've been saying it for years, the moment is gonna come, and when it happens, I'll be ready.
Why does Shakur Stevenson beat Gervonta Davis?
Because that I'm a better skilled boxer. I master the art of hitting and not getting hit. And he will be the person that will have to change up his style. He can't go out there and box and lose rounds. He will have to change up his style and just become full blast aggressor to try to have a chance in winning the fight.
This wasn't just playful promotion or casual trash talk. It was pure, prove it, energy. Music. Gervonta Davis essentially looked at Shakur Stevenson's resume and challenged the level of competition he has faced, asking where the truly elite names were. By doing that, Davis wasn't only questioning Stevenson's skills, he was challenging his credibility and standing among boxing's top fighters.
Do you ever think we'll see you in Tank? Realistically.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. I don't really like talking about him.
Yeah.
Cause like the way that he move is goofy to me. Like it's some weird. So like, I really don't like speaking on him. But like, if same thing that
fighting perspective.
Same thing that I said with T.O. If anybody got issues with me or feel some type of way about me, you could come see me on fight night and resolve every issue that you got. Yeah. I stand by that with any
music. But Shakur Stevenson didn't hesitate for a second. He immediately fired back, accusing Gervonta Davis of avoiding a fight with him all this time and instantly shifting the pressure back onto Davis. Now the situation has turned into a classic boxing standoff. Two elite fighters, both overflowing with confidence, both convinced they're the better man, and neither willing to back down from the narrative surrounding this potential showdown.
You got winning that.
I got Shakur.
Are you saying that because that's your man and you don't like Tank?
No. Hey, like I said, I respect Tank. Boxing, he's one of the ones.
Yeah.
we gonna take his personality and personal things out of it. But boxing, he's definitely talented.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's definitely got that it. And yeah, he's definitely respected in boxing. But Shakur is a different fighter.
What makes the situation even more intriguing is Terence Crawford stepping in as a voice of reason. Crawford suggested that this is one of the fights that absolutely needs to happen before the end of the year. And when a fighter of his caliber says something like that, people pay attention. Music. Crawford's opinion carries weight because he is widely respected for recognizing genuine talent and elite-level skill when he sees it.
You said that you've left the sport in good hands, and I believe you have as well. What are 3 fights that you want to see happen this year across any division?
It's tough to say because there are so many big fights to be made. I would love to see Gervonta Davis versus Devin Haney. I would love to see Bam versus Inoue. I would love to see Shakur versus Tank Davis.
Then you have Mike Tyson adding another layer to the conversation by praising Gervonta Davis while also delivering a subtle warning. Tyson suggested that when Davis is fully focused and serious, very few fighters can match him. That wasn't just a compliment. Music. It sounded more like a challenge wrapped in respect. And that's what makes the situation even more intense. Because when Tank is completely locked in, he becomes explosive, unpredictable, and extremely dangerous. The kind of fighter who can create a fight-ending moment at any second.
Shakur and Tank. Oh God, I don't even. Ooh, it's gonna be interesting because if Shakur handles this guy like he did Lopez, I'm within hell with him. I'm within hell with Shakur, man. If he just handles this guy like he's I'm the hell with him.
Now, Mike,
somebody gotta give him a fight though, but you gotta be very sophisticated to know how to fight. This is when I know you lost against Shakur.
But Shakur Stevenson presents a completely different kind of challenge. He's surgical, music disciplined, and the type of fighter who forces opponents to miss repeatedly. He makes you think, hesitate, and once that hesitation starts creeping in, you're already giving away rounds. To this point, the discussion is no longer just about who the better fighter is. It's music, about two elite styles colliding at the highest level. Power versus precision. Patience versus pressure. And honestly, this isn't the kind of debate that can be settled through opinions or social media arguments. This is one of those matchups where boxing needs to stop talking, music, let the gloves do the talking, and allow the fight itself to answer every question.
Only person I can really give salute to is Shakur because he grew up with us. You know, that's why I get on Shakur. You know, sometimes he changes his meaning, try to be that tough guy, big dad. Just keep it real. We grew up together. Me and your grandpa were cool, you know what I'm saying? But pure boxing, you know what I'm saying? They know Tank is different. You notice they don't say nothing like, you know what I'm saying? If you that dude, you're gonna go, you know what I'm saying? They don't do that with Tank. They know Tank don't play like that. So if it's beef, you know when it's beef with us. You know what I'm saying? Because we carry it like that. We try to stay humble. This is a sport. But guys start to run their mouth and forget who they talking to.
And just when Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson had the internet buzzing with non-stop debate about who is really willing to fight whom, Timothy Bradley Jr. stepped in sounding like the one person tired of all the back and forth and ready to see action instead of words. Bradley didn't sugarcoat his opinion either. He essentially voiced what many fans have been thinking. If Tank claims Shakur hasn't faced elite competition, while critics argue that Tank also hasn't fought certain top names, then there's an easy solution. Fight each other. Simple. It was the kind of direct, straightforward logic that boxing sometimes avoids despite how obvious it sounds. Instead of endless debates, accusations, and social media exchanges, Bradley's message was clear. Settle everything inside the ring.
You know what I mean? I wouldn't mind seeing that. I wouldn't mind seeing Murataya Shakur.
Gervonta's at 140. That seems to be the biggest
name.
I
want Gervonta Davis to step in the ring and face somebody, dog, already, bro. For real.
He'll be back.
Like, oh, I know he coming back, dog. But I'm just saying, like, fight Shakur, bro. Fight Shakur. That's all I'm saying, bro. Fight any of these top guys out there, man. And that's it. Because you can say, oh, Shakur ain't fight nobody. Well, shit, if Shakur ain't fight nobody and Tank ain't fight nobody, why don't they fight?
And what made Timothy Bradley Jr.'s comments stand out even more was that he didn't stop at just discussing Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson. He widened the conversation and started addressing the bigger issues surrounding boxing itself. Bradley talked about promoters struggling to work together, music, new business powers attempting to reshape the sport, and fighters increasingly chasing massive paydays while the overall structure of boxing becomes less stable. He described the current state of boxing as hot and cold, which perfectly captures the unpredictability surrounding the sport today. One moment boxing feels unstoppable and full of momentum, and the next it feels like everyone is moving in completely different directions without a clear path forward. But Bradley eventually brought the focus back to Stevenson, emphasizing that the opportunities are there. Fighters simply have to pursue them aggressively. That's what makes Shakur's situation so fascinating. For him, talent and skill have never really been the question. The bigger issue has been securing the defining fights that can fully cement his legacy.
If that's how y'all want to put it, fight each other, bro. That will probably be one of the biggest fights in boxing right now, bro. The biggest fight. Yeah. Box office, it will sell out like this. Like that, it'll sell out.
Meanwhile, Gervonta Davis carries explosive star power, where every fight feels like a major event. However, one key question continues to follow him. Who will be the defining opponent of his career? The energy from analyst Timothy Bradley Jr. wasn't disrespectful, but it was urgent. His message essentially was to stop waiting for the perfect moment, because the time to make big fights happen is now. When he described a potential matchup as possibly the biggest in boxing, he wasn't exaggerating. It represents a clash of styles, personalities, and narratives all at once. This creates a familiar tension in boxing. When a fight makes too much sense, it often ends up taking longer than expected to happen. But if both sides truly believe in what they are saying, There is only one way to settle it. Not through interviews or social media, but inside the ring.
Say, oh, let me go test that 140. No, he said, I'm gonna go to 140 without no tune-ups, and I'm gonna face the best guy there, right? And he faced Lopez, and he demolished him like nothing, right? So, like, now y'all wanna force him to go up to 47 for what? That's his 4th weight class.
Stepping in with a calm but sharp breakdown, the conversation quickly shifts from noise to nuance. Analyst Timothy Bradley Jr. notes that Shakur Stevenson may not rely on knockout power, but his real strength lies in his heart, discipline, and mental approach inside the ring. Bradley suggests that while fans often focus on power as the main currency in boxing, Stevenson wins rounds through precision and intelligence, almost like a calculator that never stops working. Then turns attention to Devin Haney, questioning whether Haney has truly been tested against opponents with equal size and physical resistance. Bradley implies that dominating smaller opponents is one thing, but handling someone on equal physical terms presents a completely different challenge. In the end, Bradley makes his stance clear. If everything is on the line, he would favor Stevenson, pointing to his all-around skill set and added toughness as the deciding factors.
He got a little bit of everything, man. He lacks power, but he got heart. His heart is just as big as Tank heart, but he don't have the power to go along with it. But he still, he competitive, man. You know what I mean? And Shakur fights with his heart, and he fights with his mental. Some fighters just fight with their heart. Now,
that's not just a casual opinion. It's coming from someone within Gervonta Davis's broader circle leaning toward the technician, which shows how highly Shakur Stevenson's skill set is regarded. But this is where things get more intriguing. The analyst basically admits that beating Davis is almost impossible unless everything is executed near perfectly. And that's the real paradox. Stevenson might be the closest thing to perfect in terms of boxing fundamentals, but Davis is the kind of fighter who only needs a single opening to completely change a fight. It creates a dangerous equation. He also suggests that Devin Haney needs more than just a win, he needs a statement performance. Not just edging a decision, but taking full control, dominating, and leaving no doubt in the public's mind. And that's what makes this whole division so compelling right now. It feels like a chessboard where everyone is highly skilled, but no one has fully separated themselves yet. That's why these debates keep circling the same names, styles, and narratives. Nobody is avoiding the spotlight, but everyone is still one defining fight away from proving everything.
So you do believe that that's the key factor of, when, that's my mega fight, Shakur Stevenson and Tank Davis down the line. That's my, like, I gotta be there. I gotta be backstage with y'all. I have to be there. Like, it's just gonna be, it's crazy, when we talk about that fight, you believe that that's the main factor of, being able to fight Tank, to beat Tank. You're gonna have to keep him on in some way, somehow.
You can't make not one mistake. You can't get hit clean, because it's gonna slow your pace down.
And just when Kenny Ellis laid out the idea that beating Gervonta Davis requires near perfection, Roy Jones Jr. steps in like the veteran voice of experience, reminding everyone not to forget about chaos in boxing. That instantly shifts the tone of the discussion. Roy Jones Jr. breaks down a potential clash between Devin Haney and Rolando Romero in very simple terms. It's only truly competitive if Romero lands early. In his view, that's the entire fight in one sentence. Either Haney survives the early storm or becomes part of a highlight reel. He describes Romero as an unrefined but dangerous puncher, not the most technical or polished fighter, but someone whose power can instantly disrupt an opponent's entire strategy if it lands clean. Jones also points out a key variable with Haney. If he enters the ring fully fit and not drained, fans may see a very different version of him. A stronger, sharper, and more willing fighter, less cautious and more confident. That version of Haney changes the entire equation and adds another layer of intrigue to the matchup.
Not 50-50. Is can really catch them. Because if Rolly can't catch, it's like the Ryan fight was. If Rolly can't catch Devin, Devin can whitewash. But if he catch Devin early and hurt Devin, it can become a 50-50 fight. You understand me? I told you the same thing when he fought Ryan. I told the guys I could work.
But this is where things get interesting. Roy Jones Jr. suggests that both fighters already know each other from sparring, meaning this wouldn't be about discovery anymore. It would be about execution. No surprises, just performance under pressure and who handles the moment better, then shifts the discussion toward Ryan Garcia and Shakur Stevenson, almost like he's matchmaking on the spot. For Roy, Stevenson presents the real problem, and it comes down to one simple factor: footwork. Not power, not height, just feet. That old-school boxing idea that movement controls everything. In his view, many modern fighters don't move with that level of consistency anymore. Now the picture becomes layered. You've got punchers who can change a fight instantly, technicians who control distance and timing, and unpredictable wild cards who don't follow any script. Yet despite all the differences, the conversation keeps circling back to the same reality. Every fighter has a path to victory, but one mistake against the wrong opponent can completely flip the entire narrative in seconds.
Yeah, I heard since about to make a thing said that I said that Tank would beat Shakur. I said Tank would beat him. I said Tank got the best chance. So I didn't say nobody gonna beat him, but Tank would be the one, in my opinion, to have the best chance to beat him. So that being said, man, I think that he should go fight Shakur first because it's probably been money for him. Let Brody fight Haney to see how that works out.
When you step back and look at everything unfolding, it's not just one storyline. It feels like multiple storms colliding inside the same division. Gervonta Davis is pushing questions about credibility, while Shakur Stevenson continues responding with sharp counterarguments of his own. At the same time, analysts like Timothy Bradley Jr. are essentially urging everyone to stop talking and make the fights happen already. Then you have breakdowns from voices like Kenny Ellis, who views Stevenson as less intimidating in terms of power but extremely difficult mentally, describing him as a stylistic and psychological challenge in the ring. Meanwhile, Roy Jones Jr. adds a veteran's reminder that no matter how technical things get, one clean shot from the right fighter can completely change everything. That's where the real tension sits. Control versus chaos, precision versus danger. Fighters like Devin Haney are trying to prove they belong at the very top with complete, disciplined performances, while explosive punchers like Rolando Romero only need one moment to shift the entire outcome of a fight. And even names like Ryan Garcia keep the pressure and unpredictability alive within the mix, and the end. Everything keeps circling back to one question: who is truly the best when it matters most? Not on paper or in interviews, but under the lights when there's nowhere to hide. That's why this era feels so alive. Nothing is settled yet, every claim still needs proof, and the only real answers will come inside the ring.
He's a professional. He goes out, he does what's necessary to get the job done, and he's cool with that. He ain't trying to get me that over the top. He cool with just going out, doing what he do, getting the job done, staying unbeat. That's what he want to do. He has the right to do that.
So now I'm putting the question to you: if these matchups actually happened, who would come out on top? Does pure skill overcome raw power, or can a single moment change everything in the blink of an eye? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's break it down together. And don't forget to like. See you in the next one.